NatraMin is backed by science as well. At the University of Queensland Gatton, AgSolutions has been involved in pasture trials in both ryegrass and kikuyu, measuring not only dry matter or yield responses, but also measuring pasture palatability. Over a 3-year period of measuring the response in both ryegrass and kikuyu pastures, we've measured an average yield increase of around about 20%. We also went on to look at pasture palatability. A key thing we often hear in pasture situations is that stock will preferentially graze areas that have been treated or applied with NatraMin. So as part of our trials at the University of Queensland, we've gone on to measure pasture preferential grazing. Not only did we measure an increase of 20% growth in those pastures, we also measured an increase of around about 52% in preferential grazing. So in a pasture program, we want to grow more grass. We also want to use that grass as well, because the more grass we grow and the more grass we use equals more litres of milk or more kilos of weight gain in your animals. In terms of trial data, I've talked about the trial work we've been involved with measuring yield increases with the use of NatraMin. We've also gone on to measure the availability of the nutrients in NatraMin, and this is really important. NatraMin is a mineral fertiliser. Those minerals in NatraMin are plant available. NatraMin is not a highly water-soluble fertiliser. It is in fact a slow-release mineral fertiliser. However, certain nutrients in there will work and release very quickly. The key with a pasture nutrition program though is not just looking about short term. That's why we like to look at more of a 3-year program. With your time and budget and trying to correct your soil nutritional issues, it's simply not practical to try and do that in one application or 1 year. So we like to look at what's the highest priority, what's the most limiting nutrient or what's the most limiting factor, and address those things first. There may be strategic times of the year where you need some nitrogen in your program. So NatraMin doesn't deliver nitrogen. That's why it becomes part of your overall program and works in conjunction with your other fertilisers. Quite often in a pasture scenario, the first things we'll see respond to NatraMin are the legumes. NatraMin is heavily used in legume operations such as lucerne, soybeans and peanuts. So in a pasture situation, it's quite often the legumes that we see rapidly respond to NatraMin. Why? Legumes have a huge requirement and love that trace mineral aspect. Quite often in any fertiliser programs, we're only addressing 3 or 4 nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, maybe some calcium and sulphur. So in NatraMin, we're delivering a huge range of minerals and trace minerals. Developing any soil nutrition program, whether it's for pastures or forages or cropping, it can be quite a complex situation, and it's important to look at a long-term or a 3-year program. If you'd like to know more about your situation, simply call AgSolutions on 1800 815757 so that we can understand your situation, your pastures and the background of your paddocks more. Or visit our website at agsolutions.com.au.